أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونتوكل عليه ونسترشده من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إقرارا بربوبيته وإرغاما لمن جحد به وكفر وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله سيد الخلق والبشر وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You know, Almighty Allah, He most beneficent, He most merciful. We thank the Almighty Allah for giving us the opportunity of witnessing this year's Nasrullah Party Nasfat Finance Conference with the theme, the significance of financial reporting in a faith-based organization. First and foremost, I want to welcome all the delegates from far and near. And I can only thank Allah for your life and pray to Allah to continue to reward you for this selfless service that you are rendering towards His cause. May Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let me start this short spiritual diet with a statement made by former Emir of Kano, His Royal Highness Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, when he was delivering a lecture in year 2000 at the NCA 10 annual Ramadan lecture. He said to be talking about accountability, probity, transparency to a group of Muslims could be regarded as a ridiculous intellectual exercise. To be telling you that Islam encourages reporting what you are doing, to be open, to be transparent and sincere, is like stating the obvious. What I will concentrate on today is not what and why. I want to concentrate on how Islam encourages it and what you should do as a group to make sure that you promote the teaching of Islam. If I want to dwell so much on why and what, it will be like someone who is promoting, who is evangelizing a non-Muslim. He introduced Islam to a non-Muslim and he said, come and embrace my religion. The person said, why should I embrace your religion? He said, because my religion preaches morality. My religion discourages robbery. My religion discourages stealing. My religion discourages fornication. The man will ask you, tell me any religion that encourages those things. The only thing you can make him to be convinced of joining, to be convinced and join you and join your religion is to say how Islam promotes justice, how Islam discourages cheating, how Islam discourages robbery, how Islam discourages fornication. People want to know how. Don't tell me what the concept I've understood. My brothers and sisters in Islam, you agree with me that you don't need to be told that Islam encourages accountability, disclosure, financial reporting, and the rest of it. How does Islam promote it? That's what I'm going to talk about. Our noble Prophet said, لا تنجى إثنان دون واحد فإن ذلك يؤذي المؤمن الله عز وجل يكره أذى المؤمن. Our noble Prophet said, do not let two privately converse to the exclusion of another one, because that will hurt a believer. And Allah hates whatever can hurt a believer. What I'm saying is that if you are in a group of people, and some of you are saddled with some responsibilities, what is saying is that you are in a group of people who are discussing, you should let the third party be involved in that discussion. Disclose to him what you are discussing. Let him know what you are talking about. Don't put him in the dark. Our noble Islam also said, even this one, he said it when he's talking about financial transaction. And he said to Allah, Al-Bayyani bil-khiyari ma lam yatabarraqa. He said, the two parties who are engaged in transaction, they have two options. They can cancel the transaction or continue with it. They have those options until they depart. He said, وَإِن صَدَّقَ وَبَيَّنَ بُرِكَ اللَّهُ مَا فِي بَيْعِهِمَا. If they say the truth and explain if there's any fault in that thing they are selling, if they disclose the fault of what they want to sell, Allah will bless that transaction. وإن كتما وكذب مؤكت بركة بهما وإن كتما وكذب مؤكت بركة بهما. If they hide anything, if they hide the defect, consider the defect, and they lie, if they lie and consider the defect of that item they want to exchange with one another, the blessing of Allah will leave that transaction. Our religion of Islam encourages transparency to the extent that it forbids collecting of gifts by a worker who is paid salary. Let me tell you one story. During the time of the Prophet, a particular man by the name Ibn al-Lutbiya was sent by the Prophet to collect zakah for him. When he came back, he told the Prophet, Hada lakum wa hada li udi ali. He said, the Prophet, this is for you, it is zakat, and this is the one that was given as a gift. The Prophet just stood up, climbed on the minbari, wa amidallah wa asna alayhi. He praised Allah and he sanctified Allah. And he said, Ma balu amilin abu atu. Ma balu amilin abu atu. What is wrong with that worker? What is wrong with that staff of us, our staff? What is wrong with that committee member that we send on an errand? And when he comes back, he said, Hada lakum wa hada udi ali. He said, this is for you, and this is given to me as a gift. Prophet said, Afala kohada bi beti abihi, aw beti umihi, wa ata yansura ayuda ilayhi amla. Why didn't he stay in his father's house or in his mother's house? And let's see whether he's going to be given any gift. It means don't use your office, don't use your responsibility, don't use the trust that are given to you to exploit the society and to exploit the community. Our religion forbids exploitation, financial exploitation, by way of making riba haram. And it goes beyond financial transaction of interest on loan. It goes beyond that. Some scholars are now saying that if you have money in your pocket and somebody beside you is suffering, that money you have in your pocket becomes a riba. Subhanallah. Islam also promotes equal distribution of wealth, fair distribution of wealth, by institutionalizing zakah, by making sure that those who have give those who don't have. Islam also encourages community morale by institutionalizing what we call isbah. And the scholars have looked at some ayahs of the Quran to find out the source of that isbah. Isbah means community morale, and it means the act which is performed for the common good. They look at Quran chapter 3 verse 104, where Allah says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Quran chapter 3 verse 104, it says, let a group among you rise up, stand up, like the Finance Committee has stood up, as gathered here today. يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ, call people unto what is good. وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, and command them to do what is good, invite them to all that is good, and enjoin them to do what is good, and forbid them from doing what is evil, what is bad. And those are the people who will attain through success. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let me conclude my presentation with the story of Sayyidina Umar radiallahu anhu, who was an epitome of justice, who was a symbol of accountability, who was a symbol of disclosure. During the time of Umar, there was a period that the Muslims, the people of Medina, were tested by Allah. They call it the year of the asses. The wind that was blowing then was touching the body, the skin of the people of Medina, and it was peeling it off, and people were suffering, and it was like if they are having asses burning their skin. It went to the extent that prices of material, price of items skyrocketed in the market, and people could not afford to buy anything. There was so much calamity in the land, there was so much suffering in the land. Umar decided not to buy things that are sold at inflated prices. He said, he said, how can I be concerned? How can I be concerned about my people, about understand my own subject, if I'm not going through the same trials that they are going through. So how can I be said to be concerned about their welfare? That shows accountability, that shows being responsible, and that shows being just. I pray to Peter in Islam in Finance Committee of Party. I welcome you once again to this year's Nasrat Finance Committee's conference. May Allah guide you in your thoughts, reward you abundantly, and return you back to your various destinations safely. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim.